ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining. This is just the kind of the pre-stream chat going on. Well, not chat. I'm just chatting with you. Pre-stream roll. Just letting all the YouTube notifications pop, and can't wait to see you on there. Prep Ham Radio. We got the tank symbol out already. Almost there. You're gonna have a fun night, Dawn. Welcome to the chat. That is awesome. I bet y'all had a good field day experience. We did too. I'm just gonna send a quick message. I don't see Scott here yet. Make sure he got home all right. He drove home yesterday. That's it. Here we go. I'm turning the mic down, and you know what that means about what's about to happen. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm watching the mic volume right now, trying not to peg y'all. I'm Tank Radio. We're going to have an awesome stream. We're going to go over a field day. We're going to go over some goods. We're going to touch some bads. And we're just going to be talking about field day, winter field day in this example. And we're going to have some fun time. But you know what time it is? It is a play that awesome intro video! Quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio. Hey, how are y'all doing? I hope y'all had a great winter field day. We had a blast down at Galveston Island. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. Let me sit up. Yeah, there we go. Let me go ahead and do my pre-show or my show rundown here. Thank you to all my supporters on the channel. I really do appreciate everything you do to help support me and Tank Radio. I really do appreciate that. This audio is going to be taken out and put onto any of the podcaster audio apps out there. It's just search for Tank Radio and you will find me there. And there are two audio podcasts that are not on YouTube. They're exclusively to the audio podcast. You got to go ahead and subscribe over there to me and to get to hear them. So I have a drop a week. So there's they're out there. They're fun. They're enjoyable. I highly recommend because it's more me, Tank Radio. And who doesn't want more Frank? Robert's just smiling and laughing backstage. I love it. Buy Me a Beer is also still active, and Gigaparts. If you use Tank at checkout on select items, you will get 5% off, and it helps support me, Tank Radio. Why can't I pin in the chat? I'm trying to pin something. I don't know. And in the chat, I dropped a link to the Corky QRP, and it's still in the cart because I haven't unpacked. Tank Pad is a mouse pad that has Tank Radio's logo on it, and with all the US band plans information you need. It's great for POTA and Winter Field Day because it has all the US band information you will ever need right at your fingertips. Plus, it's an awesome mouse pad, and it fits in all of our POTA packs. I liked what Don said here. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I usually don't say that a lot, but every bit counts. And I am going to do it again. I have a awesome box of winter samples that we are going to do super chats for. We're going to do three of them per stream, and I'm going to randomly grab one for a super chat, and I'll do it at every third of the show. So it's gonna be fun. Still, I haven't seen the other guys join yet, but I told them about it. Robert, man, how are you doing? How's things going? I know that you said you drove back today. Um, how was the drive?
Yeah, the drive was great. You know, we get down there, we spend several days getting ready for field day, and it's the time or it's the day to go home. And what happens? The sun comes out, it warms everything
Oh, it
up,
was
and
so
I've got
beautiful
a,
today.
you know, almost a 70-degree drive, 70-degree day to drive home. So
Mm-hmm.
the drive was great.
Oh man, the blue skies the whole way. It was slight hazy, but other than that, man, it was a great 5 hour drive. I was talking to Shane because Shane flew in um, for the event. He was in there for one day and out. It was great that he came out, and I was asking him like, "All right, fly versus drive." He's like, "We literally got into the plane, wheels up." And then wheels down. Dallas to Houston, he flew. And I was like, but it's amazing that he joined us. And I did ask him, like, what do you prefer? And he's like, man, driving because you have your car, and then
You
you
get to
have all
bring
your
what you want.
stuff. I was like, but I get to do things in the time allotted where I can go out and do regular things. I can edit. I can work on my phone. I'm not just sitting there and driving for 5 hours. There,
Yeah,
now
I
I got
mean,
it pinned.
I think Shane and Mike N8YO, right? They deserve the travel award, right? You
Mm-hmm.
got
Mm-hmm.
Mike that flies down from Michigan, so
Mm-hmm.
he was the farthest traveler. And then we had Bill too. I'm not sure where Bill was coming from, so I guess I better not say that
I'm not gonna
definitively.
say, but it is. I think from the west, maybe eastern part of these states, northern eastern ish. No,
Okay,
what?
so
I'm
those
probably
guys,
talking out of my, So he did
yeah,
fly
those
down.
guys may have maybe they had a tie. But then
Mm-hmm.
you had Shane who flies in, does field day, and then flies home. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, how baller is that?
Yes, I know, right? That's totally. Oh, look! I didn't know this. My tank radio coin is magnet. It's
Ah,
it's metal. Tank radio coins were exclusive if you bought one. Thank you. They're no longer on sale. Yeah, that's totally a Mr. 100,000 subscriber um thing to do, and uh, talking about Mr. 100,000, he's coming in here. Um, hold on.
oh,
Duo. There we go.
I stopped drinking pretty early yesterday.
Hey, what's going on? Jason and crew there. Who you got in the car?
What's up? Mike's driving.
Mike's driving.
Yeah.
Nice. Hold on.
So we like to do that from time to time. So pray for us since Mike's driving.
So who's all in the car
Yeah.
with you? We got Mike. We got
Well,
Jason. I see
Mike right
Bill.
there, Bill, and other Mike behind me.
Hey.
The four horsemen.
The four horsemen.
We haven't really done much today at all. We've been taking it easy all day.
That's not true. We sat on the chairs. we ate leftovers, and well, some of you did.
We watched some gun videos on Demolition Ranch.
Yeah. Nice. Did y'all happen to make it to the park today? Because it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, the wind was kind of it was windy today like it was yesterday, except the wind was colder today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So no, we didn't go. We'll probably go out there tomorrow, but we didn't go today.
Nice.
what's your temperature get to, Jason?
Yeah, I didn't really look, but it was warmer today than it was yesterday, but the wind was colder than it was. So
Yeah.
I guess it kind of balanced out.
Go ahead.
Now I was just going to say, in the sun it was nice and warm, but once you got in the shade, the wind kind of chilled you, made you cold.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I got back. My truck was saying 67 degrees. Like, you got to be kidding me, right? DFW 67 degrees, and we didn't see 67 in Galveston this weekend.
I don't think that it was that. It might have been that warm today if the wind had died down, but it never did. So, I'm not sure. I never really looked.
Ham radio fun with K04PID says, see you in a couple weeks. And he gave me a super
Yeah,
chat
that's
of
Mike.
$5. I can't wait to see him, man. He's a great guy. It'll be good to catch up. And the super chat, this is gonna be vanilla flavored vodka.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So thanks
Boy.
to Wayne, Radio Wayne, who sent me a holiday sampler pack of liqueurs to
Yeah.
Chuck take
There
for
you
super
go.
chats. So
Oh, that's your punishment shot, the vanilla vodka.
Mhm.
That's a super chat shot.
Yeah.
Oh, it went up my nose. The aerated in my nose.
Oh boy. Man down, man down.
Right. Right. Man down.
Ah,
Sheesh.
okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. So today's topic we're talking about is the field day, and let's start with the good. What things went well on setup and planning and the actual execution. Mike, or not Mike, I'm sorry, Robert, you got ISS contacts. I think counted two of them.
Well, I did a SO50 pass and I did an ISS pass. I got a couple of folks that are generally in our chat. Mike, KO4PDI was one of those contacts. It was great to get Mike in the log finally. I know we've heard each other on birds in the past, but we haven't been able to make a contact, so that was great. I also made a contact with Randall. I don't know if Randall's in the stream tonight, but we often see Randall in the chat. And I made a contact with him on the ISS pass. So I got Mike on the SO50, and I believe that's what it was. I got Mike on the SO50, and I got Randall on the ISS.
Nice, nice. Birds in the past. That sounds like a good rock metal band name.
There you go. Birds in the past. Yeah.
What radio did you use for those?
I used my go-to satellite rig, so the ICOM IC 2730, and I had the elk log periodic. My standard setup. This is tried and true. It works. If I don't get a contact, either the bird's not working or the operator's not working. Right? It's not going to be an equipment issue.
That's awesome. So that's amazing that we got those contacts. I think that's the first time I tried satellites in the past on field day events and had no success, but we got that nailed. How about the crew in the car? What were some good things? What worked well for us?
Well, the hex beam performed very well as always. So I was always happy with that. When I was hunting, I spent all my time on 10 meters. When I was hunting and bouncing 10-meter contacts and someone was calling CQ, I'd go back to them once I figure out their call sign. I was generally the first one. I generally got him on the first try. Generally got everybody on the first try. So really like the hex beam. It worked well. I think that the pavilion worked out pretty well, although I wish the wind had been in a different direction.
Talking about the wind, that tarp, how we hung the tarp.
No, that was a great idea.
Excellently, until we pulled it down, then we instantly saw the difference it made.
Yeah, that's
the day
true.
would have been miserable without that tarp.
Don is asking, how late were we out there? I think we left around 4:30.
Yeah, 4:30 or 5, somewhere in there. It was
closer to 6.
Was it closer to 6?
I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah. There were a couple of points where you could feel a distinct change in the temperature.
Yes.
Right. One was in the kind of early afternoon, and then there was a late afternoon change where everyone just kind of looks at each other and they go, "Did that just get colder?" It was like that.
Yeah.
It was.
And after that second one, we're like, we're Texas boys. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
We didn't have.
We didn't.
Go ahead.
I was going to say we didn't really expect to operate very late to the night anyway. If the weather had been, if it'd been a little bit warmer, or at least the wind had died down completely, we might have stayed a couple more hours. But I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. We were never we don't do this for the points. We do it for the fun. So, and I had a lot of fun. It was good to see a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. And I thought we did pretty well for what we did. So
And we had Shane that flew in. We had Bill
Yep.
flew in, and Mike N8YO behind you flew in. So thanks
Yep.
to everyone who did that. And then we had several other guests that came by, swung by, said hello, and hung out with us, and that was always fun. And to be honest, compared to field days in the past, just being an open event, running it that way, I did enjoy just having people swing by and check out the radios and check out the hex beam. We ran the triplexer like a champ. I never figured out why I was getting interference from the 15-meter station on my 20-meter station. For some reason, it cleared up later, but all my troubleshooting was to no avail. I moved the bandpass filter, I switched filters.
I was getting some sort of interference from one of the stations on my 10-meter radio, but it was like I could see it on the waterfall and I could hear it a little bit as well. But it was below the audio levels of the stations I was trying to work, so I just kind of ignored it and moved on. But yeah, there was some interference in there that you shouldn't have had if you're using bandpass filters. But sometimes it's could be weather conditions, it could be a number of factors. So it worked out okay, but it'd be interesting to try some more experiments with that.
I wonder if it was the triplexer. It could have been the triplexer intermingling.
I
Even
don't-
if that's the case, the bandpass filter should still cut it out.
I'm thinking
Correct.
it's more the proximity of the antennas, right? We
Well-
were pretty compact, if you think
all
about
the
it.
antennas were running off of the hex beam, and we'd done that configuration
Right.
before, and I don't
Well,
think we
Or
had.
they
Mike
wouldn't be
had
like shot
his.
bandpass filters.
Mike
Yeah,
had his
the 10
Pactena running as well.
Yeah, I don't think it was that though. I think it was the 10, 15 meter, 10, 15, and 20 meter radios and bands, all which were running on the hex beam that were hearing the interference.
I
But
didn't have any interference on 40.
you didn't have any at all. Okay.
I was throwing some. So
But-
what intent
Well,
was the SSB 40 on, or the CW?
That was that little Yagi that Robert had set up.
So
Oh, yeah.
I was throwing a little CW interference toward Yagi's Robert's rate.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that well,
Wait,
and our
thank you for the
antennas were
super
really
chat.
close.
I'm going to hold off
Yeah.
another couple of
Of
minutes.
course, that makes a difference.
And what antenna were you running for the 220 station? We had a 220 station set up.
Yeah, that was an elk. It was another elk antenna, a log periodic for 220. Had it up about somewhere around 18 feet, and we got excited at one point. We were hearing an M7 station and trying to figure out where in the heck this M7 station from England was coming from into the 220 radio. I think we finally tracked it down. We did find a repeater that was somewhere around Houston, which was the direction I was pointing the log periodic. And, I think that's likely where it came from. But it was exciting to hear M7 call on 220. That was pretty cool.
Yep. That's pretty awesome. I got a comment about my audio. I'm fixing it now. I think Windows did its audio suppression. Sometimes that happens. The router, the network held up well. The issues that we had with the logging program was that the computer that it was on, a couple times it was left open, and a couple people did close out of the program because they were going to do CW or log in a different manner. And that brought the network down, brought the software down, not the network, and that was the issue there.
Yeah.
But other than that, the network did hold up quite well, and I think it was overall a success on that part. What are your thoughts?
I think you're right. Yeah. I mean, I think that outage only happened a couple of times, and it was pretty short lived each time. So overall, I think it worked just fine.
Except for
Yeah.
one time, I was in the restroom and I heard Frank, and the network's down.
But if you think about it, all that stuff's ad hoc configuration, all ad hoc setup, right? It's
Yep.
set up that day, it's tore down that day. The fact that it works is a minor miracle in and of itself. So, having a couple blips with an ad hoc network like that,
I think
Yep.
that is the last time I'm going to use that router. That router is the old Linksys WDTR or something or other, those old blue ones. And I noticed a slowdown on trying to get things set up. So I'm going to replace my router probably in the house later this year, and that's going to become my Fieldday router. Shane, welcome to the program. I see you finished your cigar, hot off the Hayden 50,000 giveaway stream. How you
That was
doing,
a lot
man?
of fun.
There's
I'm
Shane.
good, man. Good.
We
And
said
Field Day was a blast, guys.
yeah,
I
yes.
had a blast.
Do you have any comments on what worked well?
Yeah.
The hex beam, of course, was singing like there was no other. I've got a map from my Hammers app, and we had the beam pointing like towards New York, and it was obvious because the East Coast was painted in this direct line. And I did get some Argentina stations. I got a Newfoundland station, which I've never got a Newfoundland contact yet, so that was cool. But no, it's a great setup. Minus the wind, like you were saying earlier. Other than the wind, it was great.
Dave says, "Congratulations, Shane, on your extra. When'd you get
Thank you, Dave.
upgraded?"
Let's see, Wednesday this week.
Ooh,
The
awesome!
previous week.
Thank you.
Took my test, and I didn't even get a chance to get on the radio with my stroke AE because it updated literally at 8 a.m. the next day. It was updated, so I am going to go down into the extra portion at some point and still use it because I think it's a rite of passage. I think everyone should have the opportunity to use that in their when they're making a contact.
So I'm going to tease something that you missed out because you didn't swing by the house. Part of the house whiskeys, and I finished it right now, is this Weller. Bam! Green label.
Oh, yeah.
I
Good
found
stuff.
it here in Euless, and we had it down at the house. And yeah, I just finished it. That's one
I'm
of your
surprised
favorites,
there was
right?
any left for you to take home, Frank.
I was about to say.
But there was enough for one pour. Next, I did pick up the Four Roses, and that's where I'm going to finish it out. But we are at the 20-minute mark, and we had Glenn. Let me scroll up in the chat and find his name again. Gave me $10. Glenn Johnson, I appreciate it. Your shot's going to be Mr. Stack's Liqueur Amarillo. Or something with almonds.
What are you doing to yourself, Frank?
I don't know.
He's a
They
glutton.
like it.
I'm going to send you some pickle beer.
Pickle beer?
And since
Send
you're
him some
since
pickle
you
whiskey.
like hot
No,
stuff,
no.
I'm going to send you the hot pickle beer
Hot pickle beer. Yeah.
so you can live in that misery.
The pickle beer.
That one's double not good.
Jason, you should tell the Paris.
Oh, yeah.
The pickle
Yeah,
whiskey
funny.
was sent to Josh.
Yeah.
So Josh has it
Boy,
now.
That place has been there forever. Oh, gosh. Where is...
poop in the name of your red truck?
Ah. Ooh, that was sweet. Not that bad. Not that bad. Glenn, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Give me a second.
Ask Shane who signed off on his certificate. Hack and Hammond said.
Well, I'm gonna save the big reveal for the clubhouse show on Tuesday. But someone who is driving in that vehicle down there was a signatory. But
Wow, you can actually see the Ferris wheel on the pier tonight.
Yeah, that's Paradise Pier down in
it's like
Galveston,
weird.
Texas. Look at that sky. I wish we had that when we were there.
Yeah, no fog tonight for who knows why.
Because Frank's gone.
Yeah, it's because Frank's gone, yeah.
that
Turn left here.
marine layer's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's something we can improve on for next year? What do we talked about it earlier about trying to do hammers instead of N3FJT. Is that something we want to try to do for next Field Day?
I want to try to not have Frank break my computer next year.
That is also a
Mike,
a
I was
goal
going
of
to tell
mine.
you, Micro Center up here has a whole shelf full of those if you want to replace it.
Well, I've gotten another one. I'm more mad about the stickers that I'll have to replace that I put on it.
If you
Are they
take it,
$60 or are they $120 at Micro Center?
there's $79.
Okay.
That's a rip off.
But
All right.
why is everyone still using that jank eponymous? I think that we found a decent, or Josh found a decent Asus for 120
No,
that has a little
one's
bit more
too,
hardware.
I bought that other one and it's too screen heavy. It
Oh,
wants
really?
to like fall over. Yeah, it's stupid.
Interesting.
I bought 2 of them at Walmart and I returned them after like 10 minutes.
I still feel horrible for what happened, Mike. I apologize. I don't
Should.
know what happened.
You should. I hope you do.
It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
That was the best 40 bucks.
In front
Right.
of her.
Mike,
Hey,
that laptop gave you way more than $40 worth of service.
Ham Radio
Before it
Prep
died.
says try putting a tank radio
yeah.
sticker on it.
But no, there's never going to be a tank radio sticker on anything.
Lost the privilege of that, I think.
You should be able to heat those stickers up and pull them off with tweezers.
Yeah, that might work.
Yeah, they're stickers. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Hey, one other thing before we
Go ahead.
move on to improvements that I thought was really cool and I thought went really well was the giveaway table.
Yes.
Right? That I know that Mike brought a ton of stuff and some others brought some stuff as well and just loaded that table up and
That
whoever
was a fun table.
wanted anything on it was welcome to it. I thought that was very cool.
There was a couple solar charge controllers. I did pick up from Mike a can't say it now. Guillotine cover for my G90, so I will no longer cut my fingers
Mm.
because I'm up to 6.
Oh yeah, that stand thing.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Douglas says challenge accepted if for stickers on anything on Mike's.
I'll send you a sticker, Mike. I want to make sure you have more stickers.
Greg is also asking.
Don't send me tank radio stickers.
No, I'll send you Clubhouse stickers.
Greg is asking, did Norm show up with pizza?
Well, the pizza guy showed up with pizza.
Yeah, we ordered pizza. Norm showed up, but
Norm said pizza.
Literally
He had no pizza.
right after the pizza guy showed up.
Norm showed up right after the pizza guy
He was there
did. But,
before the pizza guy.
He did. He
was
said
before the
pizza,
pizza guy.
but he had no pizza.
Yeah,
oh, I don't know.
Oh,
yeah, he was there before the pizza guy.
yeah. Norm showed up that Saturday
he
night
did.
and hang out with us. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody sent me a Discord message like a week ago saying that Norm had sent some pizzas to the house like the day after, like on January 2nd, because we left out of here January 2nd last time after our New Year's Day POTA activation, and apparently someone tried to send us pizzas the next day, and we weren't there.
Oh,
I'm just now
That's
now
a
remembering
drag.
that. I can't remember who told me that right now, but
Good pizza went.
I know it. Yeah,
Yeah. Bummer.
He was
Doug-
a ham radio 2.0.
yeah, right.
Douglas
Yep,
says send him
so-
sapphire stickers.
Oh yeah, need a sapphire sticker
Government.
for sure.
Honestly, other than the issues I had with the bandpass filters, I don't think there's much we would have changed technically about Fieldday. We were running 4 stations smoothly. Then we had the Robert with the ISS
Turn right,
contacts,
that next light.
and also the single sideband station.
Mhm.
That was working very well, and I don't think technically it all kind of went smoothly. I thought.
It took me a while to get my WinLink configuration going. That
Mhm.
took me longer than I would have hoped. I had to set up for a new remote server in the area that I could hit,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to be able to hit it with my log periodic too. So that took me much longer. I need to practice that a little bit more so that that shouldn't take me an hour.
Mm-hmm.
For crying out loud, that should take me 15 minutes.
Well,
but,
that was a question. So did you get the WinLink station running? Well, someone asked, did we have a WinLink station? And I kind of skipped it because the answer was no. But
no,
guess I'm
I
wrong.
had it going, and
So it's up there on the left. So you can.
Is that the place we tried to go to before?
I muted you, Jason. Go ahead, Robert.
But yeah, no, I got it going. I was not able to hit the WinLink server with my HT, so I had to use my 2730 in crossband repeat mode to get a little more juice, so I could get 50 watts pointed at the station. But I finally got there.
Nice. Where are y'all headed, Jason? Where's dinner tonight?
You have them on mute.
Well, he has to unmute. There we
No,
go.
I muted myself. We're going to Brews Brothers. NAYO wanted a
Ooh.
brew pub, and they have
Nice.
pretty decent food down here. So we're down here at the Strand District right now, trying to find a place to park. So right there, my good spot, right there.
Or it says no parking.
Nope, right there. That's a spot right there.
Yeah.
So
Says Mike.
we're gonna go ahead and let you go, Frank.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
thanks for the invite.
Do y'all want to
And,
shout out anything before y'all take off?
Tank Radio.
Yes.
Everybody can
I
see.
want to thank Robert for spending money of mine. I'm going to have to buy that ICOM ID50 now.
Happy to help, Mike.
Thanks, Shane, for getting me my first GMRS radio off the giveaway table.
You're welcome.
There you
buddy.
go.
And
Very
Frank,
cool.
thanks for the top bunk.
No problem.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Adios,
That's it,
gentlemen.
guys. Later,
See ya.
guys.
Have a good one.
Thanks, y'all. What? How do you exit this thing?
Said the YouTuber. As soon as he goes away, the screen will fix itself. Here, I'll fix it. Bye,
I
gentlemen.
was going to say.
Yeah, kick me. Kick me.
With pleasure.
There we go.
Why did you kick this person? He's too short. Don't report. All right. We had a fun time. There was a question about the bandpass filters. I was getting bleed over from 15 onto 20 from that station. We couldn't figure out why, because we had the bandpass filters at first at the triplexer. So we had the coming out of the triplexer, we had the short jumper cable to the bandpass filter, and then we ran the cable to the station. I had two cables with a coupler in the middle to reach my station. That's all I had at the time. We tried moving the bandpass filter, thinking that the interference was being picked up on the coax feed line to the radio, and that didn't work. We changed bandpass filters, or I changed the bandpass filter to a from one of Mike's bandpass filters to the branded who makes those? Dune Star? Dune Star.
Dune Star.
Yeah, we tried to Dune Star and it was still happening. That's why I think it was coming somewhere else, and we haven't seen that issue before. So it was kind of interesting. But then later in the day, it somehow magically cleared up, and we're still operating on 15, and we didn't move the radios around or bands around. So I don't know what caused it. That was all the troubleshooting we did. From Don, did y'all work on 80 or 160? Not to my knowledge.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. I know we were working on 40 on Mike's vertical, but that was the
Yeah,
lowest we went, highest?
Yeah, 40 and higher is all we worked.
Yeah. Ooh, that last of that Weller. That was good. You have any other questions? What did y'all know anything bad, like something we do not need to do next year? Like it failed miserably?
Well, I don't know that we had any catastrophic failures.
Mm-hmm. I can't think of
No.
anything. The weather was nice. I wish the sun out was more, so we could have the solar working much more than we did. Interesting note though, since we were working sideband most of the time, last time we were down there, we were working a lot of the digital, and I burnt up my 30 amp hour battery within like 2 or 3 hours. And I was kind of worried about that fact, like, do I need to change batteries? But I forgot working single sideband was much, much less. We were prepared. Mike did bring some 100 amp hour batteries to whoever needed them, but we didn't think we needed them
Yeah,
in the end.
those never got out of the trunk. They stayed in the trunk the whole day.
I think next year, if it's still in service, we should do Green Cube.
What is that?
It's a digipeater that's in a satellite that's in medium Earth orbit. So the pastimes aren't minutes. It could be like an hour in a pastime.
Really?
So you get like 20, 30, you can get 20, 30 contacts that way.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm working on a Green Cube configured station, so but
Why is
I
it
want to be able to do it
different?
portable.
Yeah.
Well,
Why is it
it's
different?
first of all, it's a medium Earth orbit, so it's a lot farther away. So a bigger Yagi is beneficial, right? So you want something like at least an Alaskan elk or bigger to be able to hit that thing.
I think you probably need a 6 dB kick at least. Like even a 15 element would be great
Yeah.
if you have a tripod to put it on.
Yeah, well, and that's really I think the most effective way to do it, right? There's a lot of guys that do that, and they also run some power, right? They run a little more juice too. So
Don is saying the green cube is going dark in a week.
you know what?
Maybe.
I heard something about that, right? That they're shutting that down. I didn't hear why they're shutting it down. But I did hear that it was not long for this world.
Hopefully somebody will replace it, or
Mhm.
Italy, the government will turn it over to AMSAT, that piece of it for
Ooh, that'd be nice.
ground control.
Ed is asking when I'm going to be doing CW. Not anytime soon. If you
I want to
me
see Frank make a satellite contact. You've been
Yeah.
trying for 5 years.
Well, I did make a satellite contact with Robert. I had a successful satellite contact with Robert's rig and station, and that's great and all, but I need to do it on my own. And I think I on the antenna I have behind me, the Arrow 2, I burnt the filament duplexer out on it because we hooked it up to a 100-watt radio and we transmitted.
Oh,
And I think
that'll
that's
do it.
probably one of the reasons why I'm having issues. I do really want to rebuild the satellite rig. I'm probably looking at an elk to replace it. I'm going to get this guy going again, but I'm going to use it for a rotator because the Arrow 2s are great to be outside too. Great outside antenna. But the elk, man, I held Roberts and it was light.
It's so light, isn't it,
Oh, that
comparatively?
was so beautiful. So I might have to look at that. Plus, it's same polarized. So the arrow is polarized at 90 degrees. So you have one section that is 2 meter and the other section is at 70 centimeters. So that means if you find one polarized nicely and you get that perfect reception, your polarization's then off for the other band. So there's that too.
Hey, there's Randall in the
But we
in
were
the chat. Randall, I
working.
was talking about you earlier that we were able to get a ISS contact.
We were also Mike N8YO was working CW for us, and that was great in the chat. Douglas, did you say something? I see just Frank, which is awesome. Hi, you got my attention. Other than that, I don't think we had any really bad things. Other than I'm going to address one of the elephants in the room. I did brick somehow blamed on me Mike's computer. All I did, I swear, all I did was join the Wi-Fi and then get his computer hooked up through NFJT on TCP. That's all I did, and I walked away for about an hour plus, and then his computer decided to bite the bullet. It's at the point of reinstall, and that's all what happened. But do y'all have any questions in the chat? Let us know. I'm looking for questions. Any highlights? What did y'all enjoy doing?
I enjoyed being there and hanging out with everybody.
Oh, it was a blast. It was so much
As
fun.
always.
Yeah, that's to me that's always the highlight. So I actually got to hang out with Shane probably more at this event than I have in others. So that was very
Right.
cool.
And I'm always running around like a chicken with my head cut off every time I go to one of these. So it's nice to be able to just sit and hang out with everybody.
Yeah, so that was cool. It was good. We had a couple other operators stop by as well. We had Mike, the traveling ham, stop by, and that was cool.
Yes.
I had never met Mike before, and it was great to spend a little bit of time with him. He tagged along on one of my satellite passes the day earlier, so that was cool as well. Who else did we have? We had Daryl. I forget Daryl's call. He stopped
Daryl
by.
and Roy, I think.
Yeah, we had Roy there as well. So there's a couple other hams that were new folks for me to meet, which is always cool. It's always great to meet new people at these events.
Was it Ron that also came out and hung out with us for a while?
as Roy.
Roy. I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. Roy. He was a good guy. I love the openness this event was, because the field days in the past, winter and summer, it was a closed invite event where we did field day, not event. It was just us doing field day as a group over at the Deerleys, and since we're not trying to make that public, it was just to the invites only. I did like how this was kind of in a public area, like how we did some of the support your park weekends. Everyone
Yep.
who's in the area or is able to get to the area, come out, say hi. If you're new to the radios and you're a little shy and you had some questions, we'll put you on the radio and show you how they work and everything. And we didn't have any new people this time, but in events past, we had several generals show up. I mean, like, I haven't worked HF before. What's this about? And by the end of the event, I think Shane, you held several of them hand, and they're by the end they're like, I'm totally buying an HF radio, or
Oh
I'm
yeah.
upgrading my license
Or I'm getting
now.
my general. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
this is amazing. Talking about upgrading, what's going on with the clubhouse? The event going on right now?
Well, it's funny you say, Frank.
Yes.
We are doing a challenge, and this is open to anybody and everybody. If you want to come hang out with us, it's over in the K5YVY Discord. But we are challenging everyone to either advance, upgrade, or get your license by Easter. So I got my extra this week, and I think we've had 5 or 6 so far that have either gotten their general or have advanced to extra. So it's an annual event. We challenge folks, just either, if you don't have a license, get a technician. If you have your technician, get your general, or just go all the way to extra.
Nice. I highly do support this. I'm too busy trying. No, I need to. Let me say this. By next
No one's
year,
busier than me, Frank, and I did it.
you
Now,
got me
see,
there.
we got the perfect poster
You
boy
got me
now.
there.
Shane's gonna shoot all that stuff down.
Let me say, by
If
next
anybody can do
year,
it, I can do it.
I will upgrade, and I'll try to get my extra before Jason. Oh, that'd be so
So,
sweet to get that
You
before Jason.
you can't procrastinate and say, "Oh, I'll do it next year."
Mhm.
Give yourself a firm date.
The date is by the end of the next.
That's not a date.
That is a date.
So every month, the clubhouse is doing a clubhouse / Toads testing session where we do an online testing session for anybody that's part of the group that wants to come have a testing session. So those are doing once a month. I highly suggest, Frank, that you get ready for the one that's the weekend before the contest ends in April, and say, all right, I'm going to get it done.
Carl is saying he went all the way to extra last year during the last event. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Tom's check says he won classes to get his general. That's amazing.
Saw that.
There are great classes out there. A lot of universities have a couple of special classes, so go ahead and check them. Or some builder, I forgot what they're called, maker shops in your city might have them. There are some maker shops that have amateur radio classes or amateur radio shack. Know what? I need to check into the Dallas one. I used to be in touch with the makers down there in Dallas.
Or just reach out to the clubhouse gang. I've never heard of them ever not supporting somebody trying to get their license or upgrade their license. That's what they're all about. So don't be shy.
Ham Radio Wilderness says he won these classes over in Hayden Stream. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Cool.
He run the ham radio prep course.
Yes. That's so cool. Maybe I need to go ahead and start taking those. I hear Leia every podcast. Leia's taking 5 questions, so she'll get hers eventually. I heard that there's a date now for her. That's awesome.
See, that's the thing. You got to give yourself a deadline and say, I'm going to do this by XYZ.
We
got, and then do it.
One more super chat here for another shot. So there's a slot open to do another shot. I'm already warm, so if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to complain.
I'm already warm.
I'm already warm. I already poured myself another glass. This time it's 4 roses. Yeah, it's going to be great. Get the upgrade before the questions roll over. That is a great point. When do the questions roll over? Is it this year?
I believe it's June of this year. The pool will change.
Ooh,
And that can
interesting.
be a good thing or it
It
could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
The
That's
test could
the
get easier or the test could get harder. You never know.
that's the extra pool, right?
Mhm.
That's what we're
Yes,
talking,
the
the
extra
extra
pool.
pool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They rotate the questions for every test every 4 years, and they do it on 1 year is the technician, next year is the general, next year is the extra. They take a year off and then they repeat. So we are on the extra year. So
And I do want to add that hamstudy.org is completely free.
yes.
They have a fantastic algorithm that is built into their software that really helps you study if you want to study and learn everything. If you want to do the memorization route, they have two different options where you can just read the questions and you can hide all the distracting answers and just read the correct answer. They have flashcards if you need to do the flashcards, then they can do quizzes. And I will say, and this is my biggest advice to anybody, is don't just sit there and do practice exams. You need to see all the questions. So go into study mode, pick your favorite study mode until you have 100% seen all the questions. And they have a bar graph that shows you how many questions out of each section that you've seen.
And they're able
See all of them and try to get at least 80% aptitude on the entire pool.
Mm-hmm.
I tried for 100% and I was only able to get to 96% of the entire pool. And but I mean they make it really easy, and you can support the hamstudy.org group by buying one of these ham stick antennas for your
That was
HT.
my next question.
Yep.
Those are not they don't sponsor us in any way. Those ham
Nope.
sticks are amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I have one on every radio.
Steve sent me one after I lost mine on a cruise trip.
Yep.
Pre-cruise. Didn't even make it to the boat.
I've got one on my truck.
Yes.
Oh yeah. They make mobile antennas also.
Yep.
What's the site one more time?
Hamstick.com.
And then ham study.
Signalstick.
Signalstick.com.
Signalstick.com is the antennas, and hamstudy.org is the study material.
Awesome. Yeah, great site. Both great antennas.
Or is it Signal Stuff? I think it's Signal Stuff. I'm Googling it. Signalstuff.com.
Don is dropping it in the chat.
There we go.
Thank you, Don.
Derek says the clubhouse motivated me. I blame Shane.
Yes.
Derek got his yesterday. Congratulations,
Oh,
Derek,
wow.
on the
Congrats.
extra. I
Nice.
saw that in the chat. So congratulations, buddy.
Perfect. Other than that, man, I think Fieldday was a huge success. We had fun. I did see a comment in the chat. Yes, the cops did show up once and we got a warning. I'm just going to leave it there. And that means we're having a fun time. The cops had to show up. We were having that blast. So much fun. It was a great event. I want to do this regularly. Let's also thank Jason for opening up his house down in Galveston and hosting us. I don't know why he's
and he's a great host. I
yeah.
mean, he makes everybody comfortable. He cooked breakfast every day, for crying out loud. I mean, you can't ask for better than that.
Point of order on that. That is the first time ever I have
Frank
seen
didn't
Jason
touch
cook.
Yeah, Frank didn't
Jason
touch
cook.
a pan.
I was going to I
Wow.
was going to cook a couple times, but Jason was up there doing it all before I was ready to cook. So thank you, Jason. And I was blown away. He knows how to turn on the stove.
Hey, Andy had the coffee machine going like early morning. So
I'm not a coffee.
That's one thing. If we have improvement for next year, is on-site coffee. And I didn't
that's
know
a
it.
great idea.
I didn't know it until I was getting ready to leave that Roy had brought his percolator and his outdoor burner
Yes.
and could have made coffee.
It
I
was
was so
out
bummed.
there the whole
'Cause I had
time.
one cup of coffee the entire day,
Question for you,
and it
Shane.
showed.
Where in Discord is the extra buy? This is
So if
from
you go to
Douglas.
the challenge section in the Ham Radio Clubhouse, it is listed as extra by Easter in the challenges section.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where we're all exchanging information and cheering each other on and all that kind of good stuff.
Awesome. Oh wow, we got another 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And I haven't got my third super chat, so I'm gonna
Dun,
stay
da, da,
nice.
da.
Not trying to fish for it or anything. Yeah.
He's itching to do another terrible shot.
No, maybe. I don't know. I don't have to do another stream. We could keep going as long as we want because Jason's going to a bar right now, and if I had his information, we'll go over there and start streaming. How much fun would that be to roll over on Ham Radio 2.0?
Hey, we also had some good
ahead.
food. What was the name of that restaurant we went to? Was it Katie's?
Katie's. I think it was Katie's. I'm looking that up in my history here.
It's a seafood restaurant right on the bay, and man, the food was really good.
Hopefully fresh seafood.
It was, yeah. Everything that they serve is caught that day by their boats.
Yes.
Nice. Oddly enough, I took a trip and was out in Fort Lauderdale and could not find a place that had fresh seafood. It was
really
mind blowing. Yes.
Wow.
So I finally, the people at the hotel we were staying at said that they thought the only place that you could get it was at this pier that was a couple miles away from us, and they actually had fresh caught stuff. But I was like, it's Fort Lauderdale. How can you not have fresh seafood? And you're right there on the ocean.
Yeah, that's a crime.
It's not coming up in my history. Oh, there it is. Katie's Seafood. Yep, that's the right place. Great seafood. I did ask when I was ordering my old fashioned, is it a big, large block of ice or is it iced chips? And they said large, and they brought me one with chips. But even though that said, that was a good old fashioned. That was a really good old fashioned that they gave me. Don is asking a good question about Fieldday. What radios did we use?
I had the FTDX10 on 10 meters.
That was Jason's station setup. My station was also running the FTDX10 on 20 meters. Mike's station, when someone was operating it, was running on 40 meters, and he was using
40.
ICOM 7300.
Yep.
And then
on a Pac-10 mini infed halfway.
And then we had Noel, running on 15 meters on a Yaesu, I forgot.
891.
The 891.
Oh, yeah.
There's a 705 on the corner too.
Right, that was Daryl, I think. That was running the 705. I think he had an amp, right? He had an amp with it.
Was he using the club call? Because we didn't have him part of our count. I think he was
running
his own.
Yeah, he was running his own call.
But he was with us and having a good time also. He was also trying to get JS8 set up, and he was having issues.
Yeah, he was having a little trouble there. We also had the Alinco 235 for 220. And then, of course, the 2730 for the satellite contacts and for WinLink.
Is that radio hard to come by?
Which one?
The 2730.
No.
Oh, no, Gigaparts has it. I see it.
$300. Everybody has it. Best kept secret in ham radio.
I think I may try to pick that up at the next Ham Fest that I go to.
We got Brad giving us another super chat. Thank you very much. He says, I got some Buffalo Trace in my tank radio tumbler. Drink up. Thank you very much.
Buffalo Trace. Wait a minute. I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah, I got my tank radio mug or tumbler is filled with 4 roses. But for the last super chat that I'm going to be drinking for, you don't have to stop giving them because I'm not going to drink anymore. I just need to go to work tomorrow, you know. It's going to be for I grabbed randomly.
What is it?
Lager Bay Caramel Spiced Rum.
I guess it could be worse.
That could go either way. It could be super sweet.
Yeah.
It's going to be super sweet. I think everything in that box is super sweet.
This is a little sweet. Caramelly. No, I cheated. I'm sorry. We're going to do it all. There it goes. A little, yep. That's sweet.
That's
Spiced
probably like eating a
and
piece
rum.
of caramel candy.
Ooh, I made it into the trash can. The aftertaste. I'm sorry. Take it.
I see 309 at Gigaparts for the 2730.
Yeah, that's I think the price everyone's got it for, 309.
Why is the 2730 so nice?
And every now and then, Gigaparts will have a open box that's like 40 or 60 bucks off. But still, I mean, how many radios do you buy that are, $300 or less?
Yep.
Not a lot.
So is that an HF radio?
No, it's VHF, UHF.
Okay.
Yep.
That was what you were running.
Yep.
Does it do sideband?
No, it's an FM only, right? That's what I use for satellites.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I also just take that satellite rig and plug it in to my antenna in the truck, and I run it off a battery whenever I was coming down to Galveston. So that 5.5 hour trip, that's what I was using
Mm-hmm,
as my truck radio as well.
Nice.
But it does crossband repeat. It's dual receive, so you can hear yourself in the downlink.
Dual or full? Because there's a difference.
It's dual receive, but you can hear yourself in the downlink. If you've got
Or full
a
duplex.
headset on, they call it dual receive,
Okay.
right? I'm using those words specifically.
Okay. Okay.
If you look at their marketing stuff, they call it dual receive, but you can hear yourself in the downlink.
All right. That's
Just
the
wear
important part.
headphones.
Wear headphones. You can if you are right on the satellite, you can hear yourself without headphones as well. Kind of comes across, it sounds a little bit like a chorus pedal. If you're playing a guitar, but you can tell you're in.
Nice. Nice. Well, let's go ahead and start wrapping up here. Shane, I already have you highlighted on the second screen, so let's start with you, man. Where can we find more about you and anything that you're doing or you want to promote?
Well, you can find me every Tuesday night at 7:00 Central at the Ham Radio Clubhouse YouTube channel. My personal YouTube channel is This Side of the Radio, where we do equipment reviews and whatever I find interesting in ham radio. Sometimes there's some hot air balloon flying that gets tossed in there. So, but yeah, my main focus for the most part right now is the Clubhouse on Tuesday nights at 7
Awesome.
Central, 8:00 Eastern time.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. How is your pilot license coming, by the way? As you take a nice big drink.
Well, if it would ever stop raining, we could fly a lot more. But it has been a very wet last couple of months, so all of my landing zones have all been mud. So we have not got to fly much. So hopefully, I know we have no rain for this week. Maybe on the weekend, we'll see. But I need everything to dry out a little bit.
Yeah.
I need the rain, but I like to fly. I'm really close to solo. I need about 3 more flights before the instructor will sign me out to do it all by myself. And then once that happens, I have to build about 20 hours. So about 20 flights outside of that, then I'll be ready for a check ride.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. And be safe out there. And that's a fun endeavor.
Absolutely.
Robert, man, where can we find more about you and anything you want to promote?
Sure. My channel is Digital Rancher. Right now I'm working on a couple of different videos. I'm building a new 818 chest rig for linear satellites. I've had a number of people request a programming video for the 2730. So I'm going to put together a little programming video to help people specifically configure their 2730 for satellite use. So that's what I've got coming up in the immediate future. I always look for opportunistic satellite passes to live stream. So I never really know when I'm going to be able to do that. It's got to fit my schedule. It's got to be a good pass. The weather's got to be somewhat decent. I usually will post about an hour prior to those pass. So I like to call them a pop-up pass. So certainly subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss those passes. Also, I am approaching my 1,000 subscriber mark.
What?
So that's a big milestone for me. I'm surprised I'm getting there, but it's been a lot of fun to this point, and I'm excited to hit that mark.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. I am digging up your link right now. It is Digital Rancher, as I'm typing it out. And I misspelled it in my search, but I probably messed
Digital
up.
dot rancher.
There it is in the chat. Go ahead and head over there, subscribe. Robert, you're awesome. Thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, no problem. And I'm, of course, the awesome, the amazing, the can't do no wrong unless you touch Mike's computer, Tank Radio. And thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. We got the tank pads on sale, or not on sale, but being sold by Corky or Cordy. QRP, and anything else you do to support me, I do appreciate it. To all my supporters, thank you very much. I appreciate everything you do for it to help support the channel. And finally, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, go forth and conquer. Say bye.
Bye, gang.
As I find the right
7-3.
screen to hit end on. And on to Tank Radio.